All right, Mike Dechaine set to break in rack number 1. Wow. What a way to start the match. Mike breaks 3 balls in. Clear shot at the 1. Nothing tied up. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Mike should have no problem completing this rack here. I'll tell you, Mike Dechaine has been playing pretty strong in this event. He's only given up just a few racks. You know, with the winter break format, once a player like Mike figures out the break, after the break, he doesn't really have to miss at all. So when his break is working, his opponent is in serious trouble, let me tell you. He's played a couple of really strong players in the event, and they didn't really get a clean look at the table early on yesterday, the first day of this event. He played Tom D'Alfonso, Shorty, another great player, and I think Shorty only got to the table twice during their match. So Mike has figured out everything he needs to figure out, and he has just been pummeling his opponents in this event. So, Sweet Money, also undefeated in this tournament. He has yet to play someone like Mr. Dechaine. However, he hasn't done too much wrong himself. Very consistent. So, we're looking to see a good matchup here. I see Mike getting a little close to the 8 ball there, but it should not cause any issues for him. He controls that nicely. A little low on the 9 ball. Didn't want to get there. But you can see he is not phased by his position there. Something that you will see mostly with professional players versus amateur players. A pro player gets this shot and they just get down and shoot it in. Whereas an amateur player may kind of roll his eyes or say, oh man, I can't believe I left myself like that. But not this guy. He's taken down rack number 1. And he is in the lead 1-0. So any of you guys out there in the stream, in the chat, if you're in the chat, please let us know where you're tuning in from. Any info on that stuff helps. We like to know where we're reaching and who is checking us out. Got a lot of nice stuff coming from the Snookers live stream page. All right, here we go. Mike Dechaine breaking in rack number 2. He was very close to scratching there, and that 4 ball saved him from scratching there. Now Mike does have a clear shot at this 1 ball. Not sure if he's going to go to the side or the corner. I believe he's going to go to the side here, just try to roll above the 2. And he's going to get close on that 3 ball. This is the first time Mike has really seen trouble at the table. You see him with that uncomfortable cueing over the 3. And he executes. Now that is a very, very difficult shot, queuing up over a ball like that, being able to pocket a ball on a tight pocket table, and really just being able to execute that straight stroke. Really just is amazing how some of these top players can perform. See a couple questions in the chat there. Is Eric Lim still in it? Yes, he is. He is actually on the winner's side of this event. If he wins his match this morning, he will play the winner of this match here. So looking forward to that. Well, that was a great, great shot. He's going to get pretty good on that 7-ball. I'm curious how Mike plays this. I don't know if he just kind of puts it in the side pocket or if he shoots it up into the corner. It looks like he's going to be going uptown. Very nicely executed. Mike Dechaine looking to make this quick work. Going to go up 2-0, and he does. And this is what you got to expect from a player like Mike. I mean, he just plays great. Nothing really negative you can say about that. He plays really strong, and he's definitely put in the time to get to where he is in pool. And we are happy to have him. Mike, can you give us update on tables you can see from the booth? Yes. And just so you know, Mario, you can view those other matches. You can see those matches on the Player Organized Pool site. But I will give you updates as I see them. Now, we were talking about this yesterday about controlling the break here, and Mike is showcasing what we were trying to achieve, what most players are trying to achieve here, which is, oh my God, that was amazing. Great, great shot. Mike is executing a ball on the break or more, and he is staying very close to his 1-ball. He's sending the 1-ball up table, and he's trying to keep the cue ball somewhat close to that so that he's able to shoot it and maintain control of the table. So that's definitely what we're looking for. I mean, he came with a pretty amazing bank on that 1-ball right off the bat to maintain. I can't even believe he went for that. That was a pretty sick shot, and not too many issues here. So it's looking like Mike is going to continue his run here. I'm just going to swing this around like so. Nice shot. He's perfect on the 8-ball. Doesn't really need to do anything fancy. Just kind of slow the cue ball right there. And he executes. And there you go. Mike Dechaine opening the day with Trey. 3-pack opener for Mike Dechaine. He really is just playing great. Let's see. We see Justin Cunningham in the chat. The bank's open. Filthy bank. Absolutely, it was filthy. Justin Grant, Mikey D putting on a clinic. Absolutely, that is It's exactly what we're seeing here. He's saying, hey, if you want to play pool, just do this. And I would not doubt that information there. Try to emulate what we're seeing here, and you should be quite successful. All right, now let's see. He's looking for the 5 ball in the corner, and the 1 ball up towards the top corner. And that's going to be close, and he does not get a shot there. Is it possible he tries to make this 1 ball in the bottom corner, rail first? I guess he could push out, but I feel like Mike is just so much on the offensive that he does not want to give the table up for any reason. Let's see what he chooses to do here. And he elects to push out. It's going to be Sweet Money's first turn at the table. And this is not really a great look because, I mean, you absolutely must hide the cue ball while playing this shot here. You got to thin the 1 ball. It's going to be visible into that corner pocket. The 8 ball is going to stall it there. But you absolutely must hide your cue ball because chances are Mike is going to make an open shot. And he says, Mike, you go ahead. And he makes the ball in scratches. Unbelievable. I mean, it's kind of crazy that he even saw that shot there. That was pretty good there. He played it off the rail, off the back of the 8 ball into the corner. He pocketed a ball into the side, and that sent his cue ball directly into the corner for a foul. Sweet Money getting a little close to the 4 ball. He can just twist this in, keep the cue ball above the 6. You can see his view from here. And he executes that very well. Sweet Money's going to look to bring the cue ball up just a bit for the 8 ball. He doesn't need to get too straight on it. He just needs to get some good pocketing sight there. And that's all he really needed to do. Doesn't need to get fancy. You need the angle anyhow. Make your job easy coming back down the table for the 9. Sweet Money's a very consistent player himself. He's not a professional by any means, but he has defeated professional players in other events, and he is able to come with some heat for sure. So we are not counting him out, despite Mike's amazing start to this match. He pockets the 9. You got to hold on to that cue ball, and he does. Nicely done. And we're going to put one up for Sweet Money. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Yeah, there's some good stats there. Nick Bousquet, he's in the room here. He said Mike is playing ridiculously good. He's like 28 for 2 for racks against opponents. Yeah, that's a pretty fair estimate there. I believe that to be pretty close. I don't think he's given up more than 1 game per 2 sets he's played most of the event. So, yeah, Mike is playing pretty top-notch pool. Here we go. Sweet money to break in rack number 5. This is his first break. And he successfully pockets a ball, but does not have an open pocket for the 1. Now, he can choose to play aggressive here and bank the 1 ball. Really is going to depend on what he feels he is capable of and what is going to maintain his control of the table. It looks like he's going to try to send the 1 ball off the rail there. No, he's changed his mind there. I think he might be trying to roll the cue ball behind the 9. You really got to make sure you lock him up. You leave any edge of this ball and Mike's going to be able to pocket it. He just came a little bit too deep on the rail there. He needed that outward angle from that top rail to be heading directly at the 9 ball, not to go past it. We've got a miss. Got a miss. He did leave it. He did leave it so that the 4 is obstructing the view of the 1 ball. However, he does have a very simple avenue to kick at this. He can either choose to go 1 rail, which it seems like he is doing. He's going to look for separation. He almost kicked that ball in. He hit it pretty well, but he did leave Mike an open shot here. So Mike's going to be coming up with an open table, open shot. Not too many issues. And as we've seen the first few racks, Mike hasn't missed much. Got a little bit of work to do, just getting a proper angle on the 3, but he should have 0 issues. I believe he's going to play a little bit of inside here, kind of hug the rails on the left side of the 9 there, like that. Yeah, he's playing pretty flawless. Not much you can say about it. And that was not suspected there. Like overrolled there. I mean, I believe he's going to continue his run here just fine, but he was expecting to stay on the other side of that 4 ball. He comes 3 rails around, getting above the 5 for the side pocket, and he doesn't have a fantastic angle here, so I think we're going to see pretty nice stroke come out here from Mike. He's probably going to play some inside English here, pound it into the rail. And he's just going to take a very sharp turn down towards that 6 ball. And it does, just like that. NJ Pool Player, try, what's up, man? Mike is very comfortable at snookers on this table. Yes, he is. He has played on this table many a times. Not very much recently, but I believe he and this table do have some history. So He is comfortable here. He's definitely not out of sorts at all. And there we go. Mike Dechaine going to put up another one here. He goes up 4 games to 1. And again, folks, this is a race to 7. Race to 7 on the winner's side. Mike Blaze in the chat. He's playing like usual. Yes, he is. Dave Morganelli, thanks for the stream. Mike DeMarco and Snookers, you're welcome, Dave. Happy to be delivering pool to you. And Mike Dechaine breaking in rack 6. Looking to put another one up there. Now you see how he's keeping that cue ball and the 1 ball very, very close to each other. I mean, that's really just ideal to be able to hold your serve. I mean, that was just perfect. You know, pockets the ball on the break, pockets the wing ball, and the cue and the 1 are almost, you know, perfect. That's really what you're looking for, especially in a 9-ball break. There he goes, a little bit close to the 7, but will not change things. He doesn't like the angle that he's rolling down table, but I suspect he's just going to roll it up easily. Very, very light movement there, just like that. Yeah, Mike's not going to be out of line too many times here, and he is probably the only player in the event capable of running the set out, so to speak. I mean, there's players in the event that can run a package here and there, but Mike can really put it together. And he is playing very strong pool here. Now, I just want to double check and look at the 6 ball, see if it passes the 8. It's kind of tough to tell. It looks as though it does pass, so I think he's just going to bump across. ABC out for Mike. You know what? It didn't pass, and he played it to the back side of the 6. That was very, very specific speed control, and we've got a miss. That was Mike's first miss. He kind of just went up there and hit it, and he did luck a safe here. He did luck a safe, so Sweet Money's going to be kicking here. See Sweet Money with a little smirk on his face like, hey, this monster finally misses, and this is what you give me, kid, huh? This is what I get, huh? All right. And if that rolls closer to the 8 ball, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, Mike's going to figure something here. I don't think he's going to try to make this combination. Then again, he is Mike Dechaine. Maybe he can just fire it in. But I think he's going to just play safe here. Maybe roll the cue ball around the 8 ball. I think he was trying to go around that and put the cue under the 9. But he did not get there. So Sweet Money does have an opportunity to win another game here. Can't really hit this too hard, which makes the shot a little more difficult. It's more comfortable to hit this with a little bit of pace. But this table speed is a little quick, and you don't want to run back down the table, possibly hitting into the 7 or hitting into the 8 ball, possibly hiding yourself under the 9 or something. So he's going to have to make a decision here on how he feels most comfortable to shoot this shot here. He does hit it with the pace. He avoids the 9 ball and the 8 ball. Nicely done. was a very controlled shot there. Gonna have to stroke this just a bit. We've got a miss there. Dechaine taking a quick break. I'll flash our sponsors right quick for you. And again, there's MD Promotions, the New England 9-Ball Series. Classic Signs, ClassicSignsRI.com. This event being put on by the East Coast Pool Tour and Ship to Cash. It's a cooperative effort. Got Checkered Flag Landscaping, Outsville, Outsville.com, supplying us with those nice AccuRack templates. And of course, the Player Organized Pool, PlayerOrganizedPool.com. Mike is stuck to the rail here. He's just going to look to pocket this in the top right corner. Try to avoid hitting the 8-ball, possibly shoot it down in the corner. He actually looked like he wanted to hit that. So he wanted to roll that right in the side pocket. Play some inside English to get him perfect on this 9-ball. And Mike Dechaine making this look pretty simple. There it is, 5-1 in favor of Mike Dechaine over Sweet Money. And the only match I can tell you for sure what the score is, I see a lower bracket match. Tim Strunk is playing Adam Blair. That's a winner's side match, and they are tied 3-3 right now. Again, that's a winner's side match in the lower bracket. And I see Tyler Boudreau and Mike Zingarella playing. And Tyler Boudreau is down 3-1. He's shooting the 9-ball. It's a very, very awkward shot here. And that break looked very different from Mike Dechaine. That didn't look like what he was doing on his previous breaks. He did pocket the wing ball, but just the way that the balls reacted looked very different. I'm not sure why that happened. And he executes a very nice safe there. He's got the 1 ball very close to the 9. And Sweet Money is going to be kicking at this. I suspect Sweet Money is going to be kicking at this just 1 rail right by that 3 ball. It's going to come underneath the 1 ball. It's going to be contacting the 9, but it doesn't look like it's going to be heading in any positive direction. There's a lot of blockers there. Wow, he almost caromed that ball into the side. That would have been a pretty nice cherry on top of that kick. But he does leave Mike the edge of the 1 ball. I don't know if it actually passes into that corner. It does not look like it does. Overlooks can be deceiving, especially on camera. Looks like he is going for it, so it might pass there. No. Mike elects to just roll up there. Now, Sweet Money's definitely going to be playing safe here. I don't know if he has enough of it where he can send the 1 ball under the 2 and maybe put the cue ball behind the 4 ball. I think that would be ideal. Really want to try to get that thing buried, really make Mike severely uncomfortable. And he's going to get him behind the 3 ball. But I think he may have left him an avenue to possibly masse into that ball. He can actually just hit it outright. He doesn't even have to manipulate the cue ball too much. It looks as though he can just hit it. That's the way he's cueing anyway. Now, if he can just feather the 1 ball just a hair, he's going to carry him off the 8 ball. Probably going to carry him off the 8 ball. I think he's going to try to come 2 rails around the table, send the cue ball back up near that 4 ball. And that's what he tried, but he did pocket the ball, so he's going to bury himself here. Well, I guess we're going to see what Mike was looking for sweet money to do in this position. Did leave a clear shot. So he's just going to try to pound it in the right corner pocket. We've got a miss. Wow, that ball almost trickled its way in. Sweet money is left with a kick here. You don't really want to hit this too hard. You don't want it to open up. You know, he got pretty fortunate the way that worked out. I don't think it's advisable to kick that hard at a ball that's with a lot of other balls there clustered up. But, you know, I think that might have just been preference there. Let's see what Mike chooses to do here. He's definitely sending the 1 ball towards that 7. Oh, he tried to make that. He tried to make that 1 ball. He's going to come out okay. Sweet Money's going to have a 1 rail kick there for behind it. If he can spin the ball a bit, he would be able to pocket this ball coming between the 2 and the 7. But I don't know if he wants to play that aggressive. But if he can spin that ball, he can pocket this ball for sure off the bank. And he did go for that, but he ended up sending the cue ball a little bit further down table, more than anticipated. Quick update. Eric Lim is winning his match 5-1 right now. So Eric is out front in that match. And Tyler Boudreau is down 4-1 in his matchup with Mike Zigarella. All right, Mike Dechaine accepting the ball in hand. Going to make some quick work of this rack, I believe. Just going to float this up the table, nothing too fancy here. This is pretty much elementary, an elementary out here. Nothing to really tangle with, no problems. And Sweet Money says, that's good. He says, that's good. Get the 7 and the 9, that's good. And he's going to be up 6-1 after that. And Mike Dechaine really putting on a clinic here. Barrett, Ginger, Bearwood Lee. How much did Mike go in the player auction? I believe it was 600, 6 change, something like that. Bobby Hooker, is Mike the strongest player there? I'm going to say yeah. No, we didn't have too many pro players Tell you, the forecast in New England pool for this weekend was kind of odd. There was a lot of things, like just unsuspected things going on, and also with some of the players just personally that we were expecting to see. So, you know, pool's funny like that at times. I do believe that next year when this event goes off, we will have a nice full 128 here. And I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Mike mentioned to himself, he says, wow, that was close. A little bit of humor there. And you see Sweet Money coming to the table, and he's ready to play. He knows he can win. He can win any of the games. He's not going to roll over and lay down. And here he is. Going to put another beat up. And that was a slight miscalculation there. He's looking to go around the 3-ball, and he contacted it there. So he's going to be kicking here. And he's going to leave an open shot here. He's going to shoot this 2-ball. I don't know if he has to run into the 9-ball. But if he doesn't, he's going to go by the 7. Almost hits the 3-ball. And he falls very nicely on the 3-ball, a little close to the rail. Well, Mike made a face like he thought he missed that shot as he followed through. Of course he didn't, but I think he just felt a little awkward on the cueing. I assume Mike just popped this over for the 6 in the same hole. Actually, it was very straight there. I guess he couldn't get that over. I guess he doesn't need to be honest. Just gonna drag this over to the side rail, back over for the 7 in the top corner, bottom left corner of your screen. And let's see some Mike Dechaine stroke here. And there it is, executed very nicely. Sweet Money concedes the last game as he pockets the 7. And there you have it, folks. Mike Dechaine over Sweet Money, 7 games to 1. Wow, Mike is playing pretty strong here, sir. I will tell you that. So I am going to see who we're going to have next up on the stream for you, and I will return shortly. But for right now, I'm going to leave you guys for just a few minutes. We're going to see who we've got up next for you. We are going to be streaming the event all day today, and I'm sure we will see more of Mike Dechaine in just a bit. So, all right, I will be right back with you guys.